Hi, today I wanted to show you a stitch called PRAW, which is called Prismatic Right Angle Weave. And it's a really fun stitch that you can work up into a tube and you work in a circular motion. Now this is a piece that I had created a little while ago, and it's going to be a bracelet, and I just need to add a few more components to make it fit. Right now it fits around the wrist, but it's going to be one of those bracelets where it rolls onto your hand, so I need to make sure it's going to fit over the hand and be big enough to put on. So I'm going to show you how I continue the PRAW stitch, and you can learn it alongside me. The materials I'm using for this project are a 3mm Druk bead, which are the pink ones, an 11/0 seed bead. I'm using an antique gold color, and I'm using braided fishing line for my thread. Most common brands are Fireline or Wildfire, whichever you choose. I'm just using an off-brand one for now, but you needed one that's at least 6 pounds for weight. And also a beading needle. I think mine is a size 11. Okay, as you can see, there are 5 beads in a circle here. That's what makes it prismatic right angle weave. Unlike cubic right angle weave, there's more than 4 beads. So what we're going to do is to work in a circular motion. We're going to build walls, and then we're going to rotate as we bead in a circular pattern. Sounds complicated, but it gets easier as you practice this stitch. I'm making sure that I'm coming out of one of the Druk beads and pull my thread through, ready to begin the next row. I'm picking up one 11/0, one Druk bead, and one 11/0, and then I'm going to go back through the same Druk bead I just threaded in to start. This creates a little wall that will sit next to the bead that we started from. Okay, you can position it with your fingers, make sure it's sitting in the right place. Then I'm going to rotate my work and then go up through the next Druk bead. Pull your thread tight. Now this time we're going to be picking up one seed bead, one Druk bead, and we're going to use the seed bead that we just threaded on. So we're going to go through that bead to complete that wall. Pull your thread tight. Make sure you don't get tangles. And you've created another wall. So that's 2 walls on. Then we're going to go up of the next on the side of the Druk bead to put ourselves in position to start another wall. See, I'm coming through the next one to set myself up for the next row. And then I'm going to be adding one seed bead, one Druk bead, go through the last seed bead that we just added, pull it through, and this will be our 3rd wall. Position your beads so they sit flat. Then to anchor that, you're going to go up the Druk bead from the last row, pull your thread tight, rotate your piece, go up the next Druk bead to start another wall. So this will be the 4th wall. There'll be one seed bead, one Druk bead, go through the 11O seed bead that we just added, pull it tight, sometimes your thread gets a little tangled, it's okay, just take your time, go up the Druk bead from the previous row, to get in position for the next wall. Now the last wall is a little bit different because we already have beads in place from the previous rows that we have set. So we only need to add one Druk bead because we're already sharing the same 11O from the previous wall and the first wall. So we only need one Druk bead to complete this row. So I'm going to come up the Druk bead and then across the shared seed bead from the first wall to position myself to add the Druk bead. Now go down the shared 11O from the previous wall and the Druk bead will sit nice. We go up the previous row's Druk bead. I'm going to kind of go around in a circle here to anchor these beads. Then go through the first wall's 11O. And then you will find this has completed the actual row. And as you can see, there's the 5 Druk beads and the 11Os in between. So now I'm going to go around the top here to secure all those Druk beads in place. So just go through each Druk bead to anchor these all in place, tighten up the work. And it really doesn't matter if you can't find where you began or where you ended. It doesn't matter where you start or finish on the row because you're just going around in circles. So you can go around a couple of times if you like, or you can go around once and then through the next bead just to make sure it's nice and tight. And there you have completed one row of PRAW. Okay. So that is what I call one component, is one row of PRAW. So as you can see, I've positioned myself again from a Druk bead, and then you just start the row again. One seed bead, one Druk bead, one seed bead to start the first row, the first wall, I'm sorry. Rotate your piece, go up the last row's Druk bead, then you're going to add one seed bead, one Druk bead, and then go through the last 11O you just put on. And then you're going to go up the previous row's Druk bead to anchor those in place, and up through the next one to start your new wall. So as you can see, everything's done in circles. It's not that difficult once you get used to it. One seed bead, one Druk bead through the previous seed bead. Okay, you need to tighten down your threads as you work, but it does all come together once you go through a couple of beads. It all kinds of tightens up along the way. Rotate the piece, go up the Druk bead. Sorry, that's off camera a little bit. Oh, and you're going to get knots in your thread, as I got one here. When you get a knot, just take your time to try and locate it and gently pull it out. Often it will just come out by itself.